And this is the Model 580 tire changer, semi-automatic tire changer. This is how it comes in the crate. This is just about broken. It looks like the only assembly needed is to put the arm up here. The rest of it seems to be pretty well assembled. It comes with this, a digital tire gauge. This actually, if it doesn't break immediately, this seems to actually be pretty nice. Let's see, it came with a little bag of accessories. Looks like for soapy water, some kind of knob, and I'm not sure what these, these might be caps for these clamps, just to protect them when they're not in use. I don't know how useful those are. And then of course there's instructions in here. And it also came with, this is full. This might be some kind of lubricant similar to soapy water. And it has a little holder for it, so that's kind of nice. So this is probably lubricant. This is a brush to put the lubricant on the bead of the tire and the wheel. It goes in there. That's kind of cool. It looks like it has an air pressure regulator with also a dryer and water separator. So that's kind of cool. It does operate on 110. So the air pressure, I believe, is just for the clamping mechanism. Underneath here, it might also do the bead breaker as well. I'm not entirely sure. But the rotation of the tire, I'm pretty sure, is an electric motor, not air powered. So this will take both the electric motor and the air powered to get it to work. So now what I'm going to do is set up the arm onto the tire machine, and the reason that I put them right here personally is because it's right next to the lift. So probably you'll put a car on the lift, take the tires off, go to change them, etc., etc. So I thought that was kind of a good spot. If I keep them here, I'll probably drop some plugs from the ceiling. There's already an air line coming down from the ceiling that plugs into the tank over here. So that's kind of convenient for that. But if I decide they're in the way, maybe I'll move them. That's why I kind of left them on the pallets. It may or may not be easier to move them around on the pallets. We'll see. But first things first, I need to get that arm in place. And it looks like it's just 4 bolts. And they come with everything, everything you need. Lock washer, Loctite. Yeah, so that's pretty easy. All right, well, I'm going to do that. And I did notice, I was wondering where this was, it does come with the tire tool. So I guess that should work pretty nicely. Next thing now is hook up some power, hook up some air, and see what it does. It looks like it is about, what is that measured in? Megapascals. So 0.6 megapascals, whatever that ends up being. Just to show what the air-powered operations are, I can, right now the jaws are closed, I can open them, and then I can close them, and then this is the bead breaker, so you'd pull this out, put the tire in there, you can step on this one, and it will break the bead. This is the rotation of the table. I guess this is one side and this is the other side, or maybe it only goes one way. But that's the electric part. So now I am going to borrow the electricity from the... Okay, the power is plugged in, and now I can show... This pedal turns the table one way, and this one turns it the same way. So I guess it's just two pedals for the same operation. I guess that should be fine. Now what I'm going to do is I have a example tire, and I'm going to try breaking the bead and maybe try pulling it off and see how that goes. I also have a I think this is called a valve stem fishing tool, but it also has a valve core removal tool, and also just kind of a bleeder. This is a pretty handy tool to have. I didn't get it new with this stuff. I've had it for a while, but I will also link this. So after I got some technical difficulties sorted out, I'm going to try to break the bead. The system is aired up. Oh, and camera technical difficulties, not machine related. And I also realized that if you push this pedal down, the table goes one way. If you lift up, then it goes the other way. So I'm going to try breaking the bead on this tire, and the first thing I'm going to do is just remove the valve core to let all the air out. Alright, with the air out, let's see if this will break the bead. This tire has been on this wheel for quite some time, and it's kind of rusted too, so probably normally isn't that difficult to break the bead on a regular, during a regular maintenance cycle. Alright, so now that the tire is completely loose from the wheel, I'm going to try to take it off. One thing to note is that there is a pinch hazard right here, so be careful of that. And also, this lubricant bucket stand I see getting broken off probably sooner rather than later. So now I'm going to try gripping the wheel from the outside. So I'm going to expand these out, put the tire on it, and then let them clamp back in. And we'll see how that works. the tire and wheel are more secure than my tire machine is, and so that's a good thing. And now I can turn it. Now I just need to get the tire off the wheel. Alright, so now that the tire is mounted on the tire machine, I'm going to try to take the tire off the wheel. First thing is I have to lower this down to just above the tire. Then push this side down into the deepest part of the wheel over here and use this tool to flip the tire over the this has a Alright, now that the air compressor stopped, I pulled the tire over this. I don't remember what this part of it is called, but it kind of works like a zipper. If you turn the wheel one way, it will take it off the rim. If you turn it the other way, it'll force it under the rim. So now I'm going to hold this side down, if I can. I guess it's where it needs to be. And now I'm going to rotate it and take the wheel off, or take the tire off the wheel. Oh. So that was pretty straightforward. And now it's a little bit trickier because of the bottom side, but the idea is the same. Get the other side of the tire on top of that piece again, and we're going to rotate it. And now move this out of the way. If I can. Oh, there we go. And the tire is now off of the wheel. And now I can just release the clamps, remove the wheel, and that's a pretty good test of this tire machine. I'd say it works really well, especially for the money. It works surprisingly well. It didn't have any issues breaking the bead, removing the tire. I have, at this point, no complaints about this tire machine, except for the only thing else it needs at this point is the proper marking on it. Perfect. So now that I got this wheel up here and the original tire off, I'm going to be putting this new tire on. And just to show how this machine does, first thing, you got to make sure everything's nice and soapy. So I just have mixed up dish soap and water in here, and I'm just going to spray, get both sides of the wheel at the same time, and then around the tire as well. And then to mount it, you just throw it up here. Move the helper arm into place. Pretty much get it started. Alright, let me take two. Pretty much get it started. Just kind of guide it around, and the new tire will pretty much drop right on. And now the only thing left to do is set the bead and put it on the balancer and make sure it's balanced. So I'm going to release it from the mount, pull it off. Yeah, go for it.
Alright, you want to expand out. We're already out.
Yeah, you want to go in and grab it?
Oh, yeah. certain colors. Is that right? It needs to go like that.
Yeah, just guide it. No, don't. You don't have to do the work. Let it do the work. Wait.
It needs to be above that lift though, yeah.
You got your double dog in the shot.
Wait, you gotta rotate it to the dot. It's also important for tires that have a yellow marking on the tire to align that to the valve stem, because that marks the lightest part of the tire and this is the heaviest part of the wheel. So if you line those up, it'll make balancing a lot easier. So that's it for this initial unboxing, review, and test of the tire machine. I'm helping a buddy put all new lift kit and all new tires onto his 4Runner. That will be another video coming soon, so be sure to check that out as well. So far, thanks for watching, and definitely like and subscribe, comment with any questions, and yeah, thanks for watching.